getting slower and slower and slower. When he made the move coming up off of turn 4, he went high, bounced it into the front straightaway wall, flattened the right rear tire. Something was glowing underneath the rear end of that car, and he made it down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4 and came to a stop at the top of turn number 4. He is done for the night.
Tough break for Carson Short. Quick time Carson. We both said that at the same time. I got it in stereo, brother.
Throw me a Coke. Here, I got a whole cooler full of them back there. So,
as my good friend says at Beckley Motorsports Park, Ed Horton, grab a Coke and a smile.
Have a Coke and a smile.
Yes, sir. For those who are heading home for the rafters, good night. God bless. Take care. We'll see you next year. We're ready for a shootout, though. It's going to be a 3-lap shootout. As they come at a turn number 4, it's all the Bear. Chris Windham leading the way. How about Isaac Chappell down with the number 2 spot? Looking for the lead on Windham. He's going to carry Biasi with him in turn number 2.
Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Your leader, Chris Windham, the Bear, trying to hold off Chappell as they come up off of turn number 4. 2 sticks in the air, 2 laps to go. The 52 machine was out here on Thursday night running lots of laps, trying to get used to this place, and he just doesn't have enough time. The daylight is opening up between them. Running first right now off of turn number 1. That's going to be the 5G. Chris Windham, white flag is out. Wesley, bring him home, brother.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, he was the USAC Winter Dirt Games opener in a wild show to open up Bubba Raceway Park in Ocala last Thursday night. Off of turn 4, Chris Windham, the Bear, gets the double checkers here to close out the Everglades-Swamp Cabbage Nationals after a wild shootout tonight between Carson Short, Isaac Chappell, Joey Biasi. The top 4 USAC National Stars come to the Everglades and put on a heck of a show.
They did. What a wild night here in the Everglades, the southernmost dirt track in the USA. And for the first time ever, the non-wing sprints right here on the clay in the swamp down here just below. Yep. Robert, I see you down there right underneath the tower, sir. I've got to thank you very much. Randy, I saw you down here underneath the tower. I wanted to thank you, sir, for going out and about and putting out flyers and everything this week. Randy, thank you so much, sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar for doing that for us, running all over the state, putting those flyers out. Thank you very much. What a crazy, wild end to the Winter Nationals here. We've been doing it for 2 months nonstop, week in and week out. Track prep every week. I got to thank all of our infield crew down there. I got to thank the Montesi family, Craig Montesi Jr., Craig Montesi Sr. up there hanging out on the flag stand in the purple shirt. And got to thank Steve Dealman there, our flagman in the red shirt. And just a lot of people behind the scenes here, from everybody in the concession stands and everybody down in the pits. Big Al back there in the pits running tech. Everybody that's out there in the pit booths and the ticket booths and everything else. It's just not one person getting it done. It's the whole team. And phones going off, doors opening up, and lots of things going on. And I'm looking for Wesley. I know he's down there on the track, and he's going to go down there and talk to our winner, the 5G of Chris Windham. What a great run down here. Rough ride in the swamp, but getting it done. Wesley, down to you, my friend.
Oh, yes, thank you so much. Well, this man put on a phenomenal race for USAC and the AMSOIL National Championship Sprint Cars. Last Thursday night at Bubba Raceway Park, one of the national stars comes down here and makes the trip, of course, out of Canton, Illinois. The Bear, Chris Windham. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to him. How about it? What a show! The Bear, you got it done. What a race here tonight. Probably even better than last night's.
Yeah, I just really spent that whole race trying to move around and find a different line because obviously the last 2 days you haven't been able to pass. So, you know, it got rough. I honestly liked how rough it was because it made it tougher to run the same line. And I jumped up above those holes about halfway through, and the bottom got slicker, and it created a second line up there where you could drive around the guys. And, you know, I was trying everything, so I fell back to third there at one point and then got the top working and rolled back by those guys.
Well, that's one thing I noticed is you were dissecting not only trying to get by Carson Short, but you were going to the bottom, going to the middle, going to the top, going from the top out of 4, coming back to the bottom into 1, trying to find the move that you needed. And you had a wingman with you. And of course, Goose of Isaac Chapel. He tried to hook up with you and make something to get by short as well. Lap traffic of Eileen Collins Love got in the way, and that really, really changed things up.
Yeah, it brought Carson back to us there, and like you said, I was just searching all over the place because without Carson making a mistake, I wasn't going to be able to get around him, just follow on him. So I had to move around, and the track opened up enough to where you could create that second line, and it made for a good race there at the end.
So my last question for you, buddy, is you guys get ready to pack it back up and head back to the land of Lincoln in Canton, Illinois. What'd you think of this place here this weekend in the Everglades of South Florida?
Yeah, it was an interesting trip. It got a lot better tonight with, like I said, with the track opening up and being able to run 2 grooves. So, I'll thank everybody that's here with me, Jason Gocher and John, Tracy, Georgia, NOS Energy Drink, Parallax Power Supply, Joe Braden, and all those guys back home that I think they're watching.
We got a big 5,000 win sprint car race in the Panhandle of Florida coming up or 3,000 win and 2,000 win on Friday night in the Panhandle of Florida at Southern Raceway coming up at the end of the March.
Yeah, I think we'll take a break and get ready for the USAC season, but thanks for the offer.
We appreciate you coming down there, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Canton, Illinois, the Bear, Mr. Wyndham getting the big win here for Saturday night. We're going to talk now to his wingman in the number 2 spot, Isaac Chapel in 52 from Willow Branch, Indiana. How about it, Isaac, man? Awesome race. A great show between you guys, and you settle for, of course, the number 2 spot and getting that second position. Are you happy? It's got to be like a win, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It should have been pretty good for the fans. That was pretty racy, especially for how rough.
For 8 cars, that was a hell of a show.
Yeah, I think that was a good show for 8 cars, and as rough as it was, Chris was just a little better through the rough than all of us, and I probably played it a little safer than him, but it was a good race.
Did you ever realize that at one point you dove into turn number 1 and 2 in the apex, and literally the left rear, the left front came up off the ground? You were kind of a stunt man there for a little bit?
Yeah, she got up a little bit there a couple times. It was you kind of just had to saddle up and go.
Definitely. How much fun did you have here in the Everglades?
Oh, it was fun. It was better than sitting at home in the cold, so we're thankful that you guys had us out.
Awesome. Thank your sponsors.
CFH and Superior, number 1, and then I got a whole side of the car here, a bunch of people that help out, and Van Hoy, Amsoil, Wrath Pack, Grimm, and check out the car. I got a lot of help.
Have fun heading back home, buddy. Back to the Hoosier State from, of course, Willow Branch, Indiana. The driver car number 52 of Isaac Chapel in the B1. Quick time qualifier. 3rd place finisher last night. 3rd place finisher tonight out of Mary D, Pennsylvania, representing the Keystone State of Joey Biasi. Joey, you got to be happy. A top 3 podium both nights, and crazy race here tonight as well. You were right there in the hunt of things.
Yeah, you can't complain about top 3s. We just need to get a little bit better than these guys. These guys see rough stuff all the time where I don't.
Gotcha, definitely. Well, man, you do have the new track record of being here. What did you think of this track here at this facility, Hendry County Motorsports Park? It's definitely different than what you see up in Pennsylvania, definitely.
Yeah, it's way different, but it's cool. Everybody's got to run on the same racetrack, so you see where you fare out.
Absolutely. So will we see you at any more races coming up this year?
I hope so. I see what Wayne's got going on, yeah. As long
got that big race coming up at Milton, Florida in March.
That's like the 15th, right?
Yep.
I'm on for that one, yeah.
March the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So, well, just talk about, was there ever an opportunity that you thought maybe you could get by Wyndham or by Chapel when Short had the issues that they had with the lap traffic?
Sure, you think you can, but then once you get there, you got to do something too. I wish I would have tried the top. I saw Wyndham go there, but I'll take 3. I'll take 2 3s home and
thank those sponsors and get out of here, my friend.
Burns and Yost, GME Steerings, B&F General Machine, Shelp Brothers. I forgot them all weekend. My dad, my wife, my 2 buddies that come down. Dean Bartholomew let me stay at his place all week. That's huge, or we wouldn't be here. So.
And are you driving back to Pennsylvania or flying back?
Everything's loaded. We got to get the water out of this, and we're hitting it.
Here you go, my friend. Good seeing you. Joey Biasi, ladies and gentlemen, not only the new track record holder, quick time qualifier from the night, but he gets himself 2 podium finishes to close out the inaugural running of the Everglades-Swamp Cabbage Nationals here at Hendry County Motorsports Park. A phenomenal weekend of racing. We hope you've enjoyed our coverage on social media when we brought it to you. We hope you've enjoyed the Audiocast coverage on the Community Radio Network. I'm Wesley Outland, of course, of everybody at Southern Outlaw Promotions, for Wayne Davis, Darren Davis, of course, for Brad Roberts, yours truly. Jason Beckner, take us up topside, my friend. Bring us home, and it's been an awesome time working with you here tonight in the Everglades at the furthest southern dirt track of the South here at Hendry County. Thank you to Ken Kenny. We'll see you next year.
Wesley, it's been awesome. Don't forget to take your next little trip across the infield and make sure you got some boots on this
that
time.
is not happening, my friend. That is not going to happen. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm coming back to see you.
No, we're going to get you some boots. We'll go out there and do some frogging in the infield. We'll just have to make our way around the snakes and the alligators. But, man, it has been a lot of fun this weekend hanging out with you guys. And I want to thank the sprints and the midgets for coming out here and joining us and coming down here to the southernmost dirt track in the USA. There's not many drivers that can write that on the side of their car saying that I've been to the southernmost dirt track in the USA. It is. Check it out. And a lot of racing going on this weekend. A lot of racing going on next weekend right here at the Hendry County Motorsports Park. The Winter Nationals are over. We get back into our regular points season starting in March. Coming up on March 2nd, which is next Saturday night, Florida late models are going to be in the house. The street stocks, Gladiators, V8 Warriors, and Strictly stocks, and Thunder trucks are going to be right here on the clay in the swamp. Then coming up on March 9th, sprint cars are coming back to the Hendry County Motorsports Park. The wing sprint cars for the Top Gun Eagle Jet Sprints are going to be in the house right here on March 9th. Open wheel modifieds, mod lights, 4.6 Fords, mini stocks, and much, much more. Then on March 16th, Florida late models will be back. Street stocks, Gladiators, V8 Warriors, and Strictly stocks as we get into the 2019 season. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank all the fans for coming out, all the ones that are kind of shaking out of here right now. Remember, did you step in a hole or did something grab you? Yeah. Wesley, take it. You all right, buddy? You all right? You're hurting, aren't you? Dude. He rutted it up. I'm your track announcer, Racing Jason, along with Wesley Outland. It's been a lot of fun, and just like I say every Saturday night, please keep the race on the racetrack, the speed on the speedway, and we'll see you right here next Saturday night at the southernmost dirt track of the USA, the Hendry County Motorsports Park. Thanks, Dave.
Jason, I'm going down this way. There's a headset over here.
Oh, my God.
You all right?
I think it's just my ankle.
Sorry.
I'm good, bud.
Jason?
Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay. All right. I'll be down that way.
Yeah, I gotta hunt down radios and clean up.
I got you.